Arts Association inviting you to join us on June 3rd for the Eastern Connecticut Jazz, Soul, and Blues Festival at Urechko's Tree Farm. Our bands include Static, the Tim Fiervante Jazz Orchestra, the Mighty Soul Drivers, and the F&N Blues Band. Tickets are available at ecpaa.org. Thank you to our title sponsor, MoheganSunCasino.com, as well as Jewett City Savings Bank, Collins & Jewell, DC Builders, Camaro Signs, and Nathan Kaliva Realtor. The Eastern Connecticut Jazz Festival, June 3rd. Get in the swing.
You see the signs everywhere. No alcohol if under 21. No tobacco under 21. No vaping supplies under 21. It's 21 for a reason.
Youth that use alcohol are more likely to engage in other risky behaviors, such as gambling. Learn the warning signs and how to talk to your children about addiction.
It's 21 for a reason. Brought to you by CIRAC and funded in partnership with SAMHSA. Find out more at CIRACCT.org.
Life's been tough, and it's even tougher than ever to find a good therapist. But these days, all you hear is, "Sorry, we aren't accepting new patients." Next time, reach out to Life's Journey Counseling Services. They're located on Main Street, right in the middle of Jewett City, and they are accepting new patients right now. Individual, couples, family, and group counseling are all services available at Life's Journey Counseling Services in Jewett City. Find them online at lifesjourneyct.com and click on Book Appointment for information on how to start or to simply get questions answered. Life's Journey Counseling Services has multiple therapists on staff, so your questions, concerns, and counseling needs will all be met. lifesjourneyct.com. It's the best place to start your personal journey to heal, become a better version of yourself, and strengthen your relationships. Life's Journey Counseling Services, 70 Main Street here in Jewett City, lifesjourneyct.com.
Hi, my name is Dr. Katina Simmons. I'm the optometrist and the new owner of Grizzled Eye Care, formerly the office of Dr. Joel Zuckerbrand. I would like to welcome you and your family to make an appointment today for an eye exam. Even though the name has changed, we are still providing the same family-friendly eye care as Dr. Z. We are located at 8 North Main Street in Jewett City. You can also find Grizzled Eye Care on Facebook and send us a message. Don't forget that eye exams correlate to your whole body health too. It's not just new glasses and contacts. So come see me, Dr. Katina Simmons, at the all-new Grizzled Eye Care, formerly Dr. Zuckerbrand. Hope to see you soon.
This year, Jewett City Savings Bank is proud to celebrate an incredible milestone: 150 years of helping individuals, families, and businesses succeed. Thank you to our valued customers, employees, neighbors, and community partners for putting your trust in us. We look forward to celebrating with you and to continuing the important mission we started back in 1873 to give every individual a chance to thrive. To join the celebration, visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning. And 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Hey, good morning. It's Mike and the Wasilick. Hello. You never know which one you're going to get.
No.
Well, that's not true. I do know. I just don't tell anybody.
Right, yeah.
We know.
Surprise.
No, it's a surprise. Oh, my allergies are killing me.
That pollen is flying. And I've got the windows open at the house and I'm like wiping it off my counter and, you know, it's getting all inside.
Oh, I know. All I know is that I sat outside yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We have the gazebo out in the back. So we're sitting behind, we're sitting in it and I'm just like going, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
And my left eye was just, I kept rubbing it. And you know how it's kind of like, it feels like there's something in your eye.
Like gritty and just like that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It was good.
Yeah. My daughter's suffering with allergies now and she's never had them before. And all of a sudden her ears are blocked. Her eyes are all red, itchy. And she's like, what is going on? I'm like, yeah, I have allergies. I don't know what to tell you, kiddo.
I don't know. It was not a good thing.
No.
Not a good thing at all.
No.
And now I got out of the car this morning. There's a lot of crap in the back here, as far as greenery.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just itchy. It
should be coming to an end here soon.
Huh?
It should be coming to an end here soon.
Well, it's this time of the year.
Yeah. Yep.
So we'll see what happens. Oh, I just silenced you on Facebook. Oh, okay. Good.
That was by accident, right?
That was by accident. No, why would I? I'm looking at Nick's. Your post about Nick.
Yeah.
You know. By the way, happy birthday to your son.
Yeah,
He was 18.
Scary, scary, scary. Watch out, world, because
the amazing thing is that he has survived, and he's in the chat room right now. So good morning. He's the one that's Facebook user.
Oh, he didn't click the link.
Click the link. No. So happy birthday, Nick.
Yeah. So last night I had bought a magnet for his car that says honk. It's my 18th birthday, and I didn't tell him about it. So last night, Rich was on his way to work at 10 o'clock, and he drove by his dad's house and slapped it on his car. And then this morning, he's bringing his sister to school for us, and he's like, "Why are people honking at me?" He had no idea until he came out of Walmart and saw it on the back of his car. So he's riding around with a honk. It's my 18th birthday magnet on the back.
Got it. So you got this librarian look going on today.
Do I? Yeah, because I didn't wash my hair. So I had to put my hair back.
At least you admit it.
This is because I can't wash it every day. So this is
Really?
Oh yeah, no.
I can't not wash it every day.
No, girls. Gross. No, you get used to that part, but I have dry shampoo, but girls, a lot of girls don't wash their hair every day.
What is dry shampoo? How does that even work?
It's like a powder that you spray into your hair, and it absorbs the oils and that sort of thing. But you don't have to wash your hair. Washing your hair every day is actually not that good for most hair types.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because you strip all the natural oils and everything out of your hair. That's actually good for your hair. So every time you wash it, you strip it out.
I have lots of natural oils in my hair. I mean, you almost need a squeegee.
I have to say I was the same way because I used to wash my hair every day. And now that I've gotten out of that habit, I've like trained my hair. I can go like a few days without it getting really greasy. I noticed it got more greasy when I was washing it every day.
Cindy says I'm with Kathy. Can't wash my hair every day. Gross. Gross.
Yeah, you can't. Once you get into
it gets so dry.
Yeah. Yep. So you just do the dry shampoo, and this is a non-wash day.
So we have Ray Churchill coming in a little bit. Ray's on Media Road today, so he's hitting multiple places today.
Nice.
So he's going to be here as soon as he can, I guess.
As soon as he's here.
Huh?
He'll be here as soon as he's here.
Yep. And we're gonna talk about the Jazz Festival, which is happening this weekend.
Oh.
And it's like the fourth one, third or fourth.
I don't know.
But anyway, it's always a great show at Urechko's Tree Farm. And have you been to one?
No.
Oh, they're phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
It's this weekend?
Yeah, they have this beautiful stage amphitheater set up.
Really?
You can bring you bring your own lawn chairs. You can bring it easy up. So and they tell you to you sit towards the back.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to block the view.
Exactly.
People, yeah.
But you can do that, and they have vendors there and stuff, and it's an all day event, and it's just
you have to check that out.
Tunes, and you just kicking out and just having a good time. And Ray will be here in a little bit to go ahead and talk about the festival. So, and then after that, we have a recurring guest now, John Filhaber, who him and we grew up together, along with his lovely sister, and we're gonna talk about things out in like space and creepy things. And he got really technical with us 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
I don't mind. I love that.
Well, I do too,
I love it.
But it's like,
yeah, no, I know. Because you're like, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, dumb it down just a little bit.
He was talking about space weather.
Yeah.
Last time he was here, and it was really pretty.
He talked about a lot the last time he was here. It was so fascinating because you don't really. I mean, you think space and satellites and stuff like that, and you don't really.
And I asked him, did he ever see UFOs?
And
he kind of danced around it a little bit.
Well, I mean, a UFO is just an unidentified flying object. So he did talk about one instance where he saw an unidentified flying object. Whether it was aliens or not, I don't. He doesn't know, obviously, but he did. Talk about something he saw down in South America, I think it was. So that was interesting. Yeah. I mean,
I personally like my own conspiracy theories that I've heard about it. I believe that they're not really space aliens. I believe they're already here, and they're like in Antarctica.
Oh yeah,
in the
you
South
mentioned
Pole,
that. Yeah,
underneath,
you mentioned
You know,
that.
and they have this, some of the stuff you watch, and it says, it's like a Disneyland.
Yeah. What you
it's
had a
so
name for them? What do
huge.
they call? You called
The
them something.
reptilians.
Okay, yeah.
There's the reptilians, and then there's the grays, and they were brought here by the Galactic Federation.
Okay. Why do they live there? Why don't they just come out?
Supposedly there was a treaty, and they
Signed by
can't.
who?
The Galactic Federation.
And who else?
The Galactic Federation.
Okay.
They are,
not like the World Organization or anything. Like
that's an Earth thing.
Well, they're on Earth.
No, they're underneath the Earth right now.
It's still
They were,
Earth,
right? Well, then you had the Pleiadians, who were like 7 feet tall.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Imagine that basketball.
Grays.
The NBA would be off the hook.
I know it. Dunk.
They'd have to raise the baskets to 20 feet.
Let's see. I'm all into this stuff. There's like inner Earth. The hollow Earth theory.
Yeah.
At the top of the Earth is the North Pole. No, actually, it's the South Pole. That's where Antarctica is, right?
Yeah, South Pole.
Yeah. There's an opening 14 miles wide, and supposedly there are people down there, and they're friendly and
freezing.
And no. Apparently, it's like a tropical paradise
in Antarctica.
There. Well, because underneath, it's warm in the
it's
inside.
Insulated. It's
yes.
insulated by all the ice and snow. Right.
Where do you think they got all the stuff from? Like the Hobbit and stuff. It's true stories,
right? Of course, yeah.
Like Second Breakfast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Rachel says maybe shadow people are from another realm. I don't know, but apparently
you never know.
Apparently, the reptilians have meshed their DNA with ours.
How'd they do that if they're in Antarctica and not in contact with us?
Well, they
explain that one.
Look, I don't want to explain anything. All right, I just want you to know this is what's going on.
Okay.
Ray will be here in like 5 minutes.
Cool.
So
they've meshed with the humans, but have never had contact.
Yeah. And then they can shape shift. They can shape shift.
Of course, duh.
Yeah.
I mean,
they can shape shift into us. Okay. So the reptilians are really the ones that are in control. Okay. So you talk about secret societies. It's the reptilians.
That explains the government.
Yes.
They're all reptilians.
All right. Have you ever seen like the little extra pigment in the eyes?
No.
You see, you don't have it, so you're not you're not a reptilian.
No, not that I know of.
No, you wouldn't know.
That's what I mean. Not that I know of.
No, you don't know if maybe you're a hybrid.
You talk about conspiracy theories, how they talk about like all the I don't know if you've seen it, but it's so ridiculous. It would be crazy if it was true, but they talk about like the government, like all the politicians and stuff, they all have masks and they wear masks, and like you haven't seen that conspiracy theory that like Biden has a mask on and it's not really him, it's somebody else wearing a mask and like that sort of thing. It's just
because he's a reptilian,
right? That's what I'm saying.
He's a reptilian.
So it's true.
They're all reptilians, all these secret societies, the Bilderbergs and all that stuff. They're freaking reptilians
from Antarctica.
Because they were put here from the Galactic Federation.
Are they all over the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
Queen Elizabeth, reptilian.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Huh.
See, and Epstein was really the good guy.
Oh God. How can you even say that? That's awful. That's awful.
Yeah.
He definitely was not. Whether he was reptilian or not, he was not a good guy.
Epstein was framed.
He did not hang himself.
No, of course not. Nobody was sleeping there on watch.
Nope.
Not happening.
And the cameras were working.
Of course they were. It was the reptilians.
Yep.
It's funny because, it's funny because, Bill and Hillary showed up, just before it all happened.
Yeah.
He walked
in. Of course. Yeah.
Epstein, you know why we're here. Hillary, give me that pillow. You know why we're here.
That's awful. Oh my God. Unbelievable.
So anyway, yeah, that's my theory about inner Earth.
Yeah.
Is they're reptilians.
Why are they hiding?
Because they're supposed to. Because we're supposedly we are the race of people.
Yeah,
is-
I've heard that.
yes.
I've heard we're people. Yeah.
That is supposed to bring the end to the galactic wars. Yes.
So when are we supposed to be doing that? That's not on my itinerary.
You know, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. I haven't gotten that far at all. So, but I'll let you know.
I need to put it on my calendar. I don't know what color that's going to be on my calendar for that event.
Shadow people. Do shadow people have shadows?
Oh.
Oh, grasshopper.
Ah. Interesting.
Miyagi Lakey.
Huh. Yeah, because
Could be.
shadows don't have shadows. So
No. Neither do ghosts.
Hmm.
You
Or
can't-
flames.
Yeah, and you can't see them in the mirror, or they can't see themselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
I always go by the mirror and I make sure I can still see myself. Because if I don't, I'm gonna be like, I'm dead. Nobody told me. You know, and I'll be one of those guys that are stuck in limbo. You know?
Oh God.
Yeah. Do you believe in that?
I don't know.
See, I do.
I don't know. I see.
I do.
It's hard because I grew up Catholic school, you know, all of that. So I've got that like Catholic guilt.
Get off it.
No, the Catholic guilt, like,
Oh, yeah.
trust me, it's a thing.
Oh no, Catholic guilt is a thing. Yes.
But like, you know, so like that stuff's like embedded in my,
Yeah.
you know, it's so I don't know. I mean, I don't know about like purgatory and all that, but I think there's spirits and souls, and you know, you may get stuck somewhere or not cross over. I don't think that's impossible.
So like what I'm saying is like if you die, do you get stuck in between realms?
Yeah, I don't know. That's I who
and
knows?
then you don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
You
I don't know. I guess we'll find out one day, but I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is we better find a psychic if that happens to me so they can help me go to the light. Because, you know, if I'm conscious of it now, if I'm in between, I'm looking for the light.
Yeah.
Because I know where it is.
Or are you in between right now? Is this your in between?
Maybe this is the upside down.
This may be your in between.
We don't really know.
I have no idea.
You know,
Nope.
what was that movie about dreams with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I'm not a movie person.
It was kind of creepy. It was like different levels of dreams. Go down, 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 down.
Ooh.
Hey!
Come on in.
Can I come in?
Absolutely. We got a camera set up for you and everything.
Love it.
Nice.
Is there anywhere like
You can put it anywhere you want if
We
you
can.
can.
I'll hold it if you want. I can hold it right here, right
Turn
in
your
front of my
camera
camera.
on.
That's all right.
There you go.
Show it every once in a while. We live?
Yeah,
We
we're
are
on.
live. Yeah,
Hey, good morning, everybody.
we're talking. We're talking about reptilians.
Oh God.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the afterlife and who knows, whatever.
Yeah.
We're just
All right, let's
Talking.
go.
But before you die, make sure you get to the Jazz and Blues Festival.
Thank
Right.
you very much.
You know.
correct.
Thank
So-
you very much. How we doing this
Here, come
morning,
this way,
everybody?
'cause the-
I'm coming.
Oh, there we go.
Come
Hold
get
on.
my act together here.
I want to get the camera on.
Busy
you.
boy, busy boy.
Yeah, I told Kathy you're on Radio Row today.
I am for sure.
The media circuit.
Yeah, I got a face for radio, so I didn't have to do my makeup. But I have a frog in my throat all morning
Me
long.
too. I was just saying that too before we went on. I'm like, what is going on?
I did it. I was fortunate enough to do another interview this morning, and the
Yep.
and the guy.
How's
introduced
Gary?
me.
Is he
Gary's
doing good?
great. Oh, Gary's great. He's
Good.
such a great guy. We just love him. Ray Churchill, blah 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 blah. The guy with the big booming voice. Hey, good morning, Gary. How you doing? I got nothing. He sets me up to impress, and I just frog out on him. It was terrible.
Which is wild because I call him One Take Ray. Which is
Sometimes.
because he'll come in here and he'll to cut a commercial, and why is this even on? And I'm not kidding you. Boom, one cut, done.
When I bring my reading glasses,
Done.
maybe.
Huh?
When I bring my reading glasses, maybe. But
Oh my God.
it's terrible.
All right, so
What's going on?
No, first, before
this
we
is
get into
very
the
close.
jazz festival, Oh yeah. Oh,
This is very close.
It's
Beautiful.
yeah. It's a close up.
I did shave, but
I can bring it back.
that's all right. No, I'm good.
Zoom out a
Is
little
it on a
bit.
monitor somewhere?
No, we
No,
can't see it. He can see it on that side, but
That's
we
all
can't.
right. Can our folks at home see it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very
They
sorry.
can see you. Not any
Nobody wants
different
that.
than me today.
Yeah,
so.
that's all right.
So before we get into the jazz festival,
Yes, let's do it.
Tell us about this award or this recognition you got at the Board of Education.
Oh yeah, that was very
Heard about
nice. Yeah, that was very nice. There were two of us, Andy Meislitzer, who runs our Nexus lab, that real high tech computer lab we have at the high school.
Yep.
They just decided that the board decided that they wanted to recognize Andy for his work with the lab and all the great stuff and grants and stuff that he's working on, all the accomplishments, and I just kind of tagged along, and they wanted to recognize the kids' work on the school musical and all the kind of stuff that's going on. So it was nice, nice evening.
They did a fantastic job on that.
Did you see that?
Oh yeah, we were there.
How funny was that?
It was awesome.
That
Awesome.
show was so funny.
Yep.
The
You guys
writing
did
was-
a phenomenal job.
Oh God, I laughed. That's like by the time the show was over, I'm like, sweet Jesus, I just need to sleep.
Yeah, I
just
can
need to-
imagine.
I love these kids, but I just need to sleep. And Saturday night, I'm like, oh man, this is the last show.
Yes,
I don't
yeah.
get to hear Grandma say what she says and watch the whole room erupt and go crazy. But
It
yeah,
was-
that's a lot of fun.
It was great. They did a fantastic job. And
That
next
is-
year, it's been out right now.
Oh my God, you guys. Yeah, Legally Blonde. Originally starred Reese Witherspoon, is now killing it on Broadway. And it's a great fit for our cast. We have our incoming senior class and a couple of kids below them just loaded. That senior class is loaded, and especially with women. So I had to pick a show that could accommodate a lot of very talented women.
Yep.
You know, with the other thought while I was bouncing around and what a lot of the kids wanted was Shrek.
Oh.
And you know, I'm all for Shrek.
Donkey.
Hey, donkey. That'll do. But with Shrek, you're Fiona, or you're one of the three voices that voices the dragon,
Right.
but she's only on stage one scene, or you're Pinocchio.
Right. Yeah.
And I got this whole stable of ladies that are just killer.
Yep.
And if I picked Shrek, I wouldn't be using half of them.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the most important, you know, Shrek would have sold 1 million tickets.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we would have done
But you
5
could do that the
shows and-
following year.
Could.
You know?
It all
If you ever
depends.
Have it on deck.
If you ever do Shrek,
Yeah.
can I be in it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all I want to say is, do you know the Muffin Man?
Yes.
That's all I want to say.
You got it. You'll be Gingy for Shrek.
Oh my God.
I don't ever precast, but I just did.
You ever see the thing that Adam Lambert did
I don't
on
think so.
Jimmy Fallon?
No.
They were doing try to guess the tune. And they had to guess well, anyway, he got do you know the Muffin Man in the style of Cher?
What?
Yeah. And so he sang the Muffin Man in I believe.
Oh my God.
Do you believe in the Muffin Man? But anyways, it's on YouTube. It's freaking hilarious. All right,
pretty
so
funny.
this weekend, tell us about what's going on with the
You know, the most important thing for this weekend is I just checked my weather app.
weather.
Rain is gone.
Oh.
There's no
awesome.
there's no rain. So we were worried about earlier in the week. I got all cocky and I posted this 4 or 5 days out. I posted the forecast. Hey, look at this Saturday, bright, 70 degrees, bright and sunny, blah, 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 blah. And of course, that jinxed us.
Yep.
And then it came back and it was like 80% rain and you're going to hate your life and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And now we're back to nothing.
Good.
We got
Sweet.
nothing. So Saturday is going to be killer. It's our fifth Jazz Fest. I call it our fifth, even though this is only the fourth that's got off and happened. COVID had to cancel one for sure.
Yeah.
Story of our lives, right?
Mhm.
But it's been growing. We went from 200 guests to 300. We almost cracked 500 last year. Really want to do it this year. We're very lucky that MoheganSun.com has picked us up as they're our title sponsor this year.
Nice.
So they're so wonderful to work with. And they've done saying Jewett City Savings Bank, they're right in on it. Collins and Jewel, they're right in on it. But we have kind of rebranded this year.
I was going to say you changed the name a little bit.
Because it was originally called Jazz Fest.
Yeah.
And I found in putting the bands together and bringing in the people and bringing in the bands that everybody really loved and everything, it kind of has morphed. It's still a jazz fest. There's still jazz happening, but we're also calling it Soul and Blues too. So Jazz, Soul, and Blues Fest. So it's a little more transparent as to what's going to be on stage, and the audience knows what to expect. And this lineup this year, we actually have no repeaters. We're going with a fresh new lineup this year. Not that we don't love all those guys, but just giving other people opportunity. Sure. And it's Saturday at the beautiful Urechko Tree Farm on Bitgood Road for all you Griswoldites. Mm-hmm. And the stage is there now. It's already set up. If you want to drive by, you can see it looming off in the distance. It's really sweet. But anyways, I digress. So it's Saturday. The gates open at 12. It runs from 1 to 6. And there's 3 bands playing from 1 to 6 o'clock. And then we actually tried something new this year. We're invited a younger band, college kids just out of college, some local guys that graduated UConn Jazz program, and they're called Static the Band, and they are slamming. It's a quintet, fresh out of UConn, or some of them might still be in their jazz program, and they're going to be an opener. So they're going to play from 12 to 12:45, which gets them seen, gets our audience something to listen, primed, fired up. Get them primed and fired up. And then the 3 acts start at 1, and we're going to start with Tim Fioravante's Jazz Orchestra, big band. It's a 19-piece big band. They're going to play all the standard, Tommy Dorsey kind of charts and all that kind of stuff. The standard big band rep.
Pennsylvania 5,000.
So that's fantastic. And Timmy always does a great job. We're going to go on to, I invited for the first time a band that is out of Eastern Connecticut. It's from the Hartford area, really popular band called the Mighty Soul Drivers. And they are completely slamming. Yeah. And they're going to be in the second spot because they have to run out, and they're gigging that night at Black Eyed Sally's in Hartford, one of my favorite restaurants.
So they're busy.
So the Soul Drivers are on from 2:45 to 4:15, and then we're closing it out. And I have to use very good diction here. At 4:30 to 6, it's the F and Blues Band. F and Blues Band. And I will not say that faster on the radio, but you can imagine.
Well,
I like it. That is really clever.
Yeah.
I like that.
And they are
That's great.
Really good.
Yes. Yeah. And they're from the Mystic area, Mystic Waterford area. That's awesome. And they're one of the more popular blues bands around. We have Chris Lee in the Chris Lee Band all the time. Decided to go with F and Blues Band this year. Love Chris Lee.
Good choice.
So those guys are going to kill it and close it out for us. We're actually, the festival is ending 2 hours earlier than it has in past years, just to get everybody out of there before dark. And it got kind of chilly at night, and we started losing audience. So we're going with, we still have 4 bands, except one is now playing as a pre-band. It's going from 1 to 6. Tickets are $25 for adults, $22 for military and students, and for children 13 and under, it's $15 a ticket. You can get them at ecpaa.org, or you can buy them at the gate with cash, check, or card.
Let me put this up here.
Yeah, pull it up. Pull up the website.
Well, no, what I want to do is I want to just edit what I already have on the ticker right now.
I just posted it to a group in Facebook group, Things to Do in Connecticut. People are always all over that about what to do in Connecticut. Yeah, you're welcome.
That's great.
I found it on Facebook, so we can share that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I just went ahead. I put the website on there too, so because I got a ticker on the bottom for you.
We're gonna have some food trucks as well. Of course, when you come to the event, just in case there's still some showers, which by the forecast now, it's going to be dry.
Pretty clear.
But pop-up tents are always welcome. Umbrellas are always welcome.
And the pop-up tent's got to stay in the back, right?
Yeah, so we're not blocking everybody. Exactly, but we'll just keep them in the back. You can set up your own little picnic area, and bring a blanket.
A little rain never hurt anybody.
Nah, it's fine.
You'll be fine. You're not going to melt. You'll be
you can bring a basket. You can bring food. You can bring bottles. You can bring whatever you want. We are going to have some vendors. We're world famous hot dogs by Lucky Dog. They're from across the state, and they're coming out again this year.
They're in Newington?
I think so. Yeah, and they have slamming gourmet dogs. It's just like down at Jerome. It's big dogs. But they're truck is now stationary. They don't move. We asked them in the past, but they don't move anymore. We got Good Karma coming in, which is a coffee and dessert truck.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've seen them. They've been down at the park a couple of times, and like they were there at the carnival last time.
Yep.
The guy busts his butt in there too.
He really does.
A lot of these food trucks, they all bust their
And
butts.
we started inviting them 2 years ago because my mother-in-law kind of nagged me. Why can't I get a cup of coffee? I really hope she's not listening. I love you, Janice. Why I can't get a cup of coffee here? And you know what, Janice? You are right. You can't get a cup of coffee here, but you can now. And then we're going to have Rah-Rah's Frozen
Ice
Express
cream.
ice cream truck coming in.
Awesome.
So bring your bottles. We ask, an outdoor festival, you're probably tempted to bring your pets, but let's leave those home. The Urechkos have asked that we don't have pets on it. And they've also asked that we try not to use glassware for drinking. If you can use plastic as much as possible.
Oh, there's plenty of wine glasses that you can get that are plastic.
Yeah.
They even have like rubber one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's his runway
for camping
for
and boating.
Yeah.
So we can't have glass on the runway
Or dog poop.
Or dog poop.
Right.
Yes.
Ugh.
But we're so pumped. We're so pumped. The Mother Nature was getting my Irish up a little bit over the last couple of days, but we've been getting really lucky, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I can't wait. It's just so gorgeous. The setting is so beautiful. You're in amongst the trees. You got really high-end musicians playing. It's $25 for a 5-hour, 6-hour show, counting the pre-band. Yeah. You can't beat it. People are telling us, why are you not charging $50 for this? People come from the other side of the state. Why is it only $25? So we want to make it accessible for everybody. Yeah. Our goal, even though we're a 501c3 and we have the ultimate goal of getting the brick and mortar performing arts center, you can't charge $50 in Eastern Connecticut. You're going to get half the number of people. And as a nonprofit, our mission is to bring readily available arts to this general area and not only provide great entertainment for reasonable prices, but also with some of our other endeavors, offer performing opportunities for our local folks. Like we did last summer, we were down Broadway Stars on stage at the Mohegan Sun. Yeah. Last August, we had a cast of 8 Broadway folks come out. We got 50 local high school kids to join, and we did we sold out at the Mohegan Sun. We sold out the Cabaret Theater on a Saturday night.
Nice.
Slamming. And now we have this great relationship with Mohegan Sun, and they believe in what we're doing, and they're so generous with their time and talents. And they're our title sponsor this year, so their banners are going to be everywhere. Oh, you know what else I didn't mention? They're providing this.
This is Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
Mohegansun.com is providing and flying in a gentleman named Chris Mann.
I saw that posting.
Yeah, Chris Mann was on The Voice. He was on Christina Aguilera's team. I believe he came in 4th, but he also was Phantom for the North American tour of Phantom. Whoa. And because the Sun is involved, they're bringing him out from LA, flying him out. He's going to do a meet and greet, pictures, autographs, and he's going to sing one tune. Oh. He's going to come on after the big band at 2:45 after the big band before Soul Drivers, and he's going to sing one tune. He's going to sing My Funny Valentine and just hang out in the Mohegan Sun tent all day and take pictures and say hi. So yeah, this cat's the real deal. I can't wait to hear him. I don't normally watch those kind of shows. That's like my life anyways. So if I'm not watching sports history or the Discovery Channel, then I'm probably not watching anything. But Chris, I hear, has a fabulous baritone voice. And if he's singing Phantom, you're no schlep if you're singing Phantom. So I'm kind of pumped to hear him.
I can do that.
Yeah, I know you could, Mike. Yep. Solo.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Yes. Solo, we can hear you. But yeah, we're psyched to have Chris Mann there too. We're very excited to have Chris there too.
Cool.
What are you doing?
I was prepping for my audition.
He just
tuck and lift.
You just have to ignore that. He just goes off on that's his ADHD kicking in.
What are you talking about? She's a reptilian.
They are pretty common nowadays.
See?
Whatever.
They are there.
Skin masks.
Yeah. See, I told you the skin mask. Like
right?
Attached
to your lobes, non-attached to your lobes.
See, he knows what I'm talking about.
I know.
I mentioned that earlier.
No, you're not a reptilian. You're good.
Yeah.
You may be a hybrid.
There's no question. If you met my family, I'm a hybrid something. So I hope everybody can make it. I'm so psyched that the weather is turning and it's going to be beautiful. It's probably more of a sweater day than it is a hot sweat your butt off day.
That's okay.
So that's great. And
That's great. Made it with a sweater, a glass of wine.
Yeah, bring a blanket, just wrap it, or just
Heaven.
kind of
It's
chill.
heaven. Yep. And I'm really hoping that this just becomes a tradition for our area. And it's been getting bigger and big. I'm glad you're saying that because I'm on the inside. I'm not on the outside. I don't get to hear the scuttlebutt away from the organization. So if you're saying that it has become a tradition,
absolutely,
I love it because just keep them coming and we'll keep doing it.
I posted it last night, and the tagline I put on it was one of the great events of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great.
I think that's where I first saw it was when you posted it, and I was like, "What is this?"
And there are people that have shared that already.
Yep.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
and
it's the kickoff. We're kicking off the summer with everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. Look. 3.3 whatever inches of rain at 6 a.m. And then we are dry and flying the rest of the time. I can't wait. I'm so fired up. This is going to be so great. I mean, you guys know me. I'm an adrenaline junkie. And anytime the big shows are coming, that's just what I live for. Whether it's at the high school or ECPAA, that's what fires me up. Doing the big shows.
And it's exciting having that come to this. We don't get a lot of that over here, on the eastern side of Connecticut. We don't see a lot of this. So it's nice to have that. And it's literally in our backyard.
That's great.
It's nice to have that here.
And I'm kind of hoping this has not been announced or even really discussed that much. But I'm trying to think of us moving in the next couple of years as opposed to like 3 or 4 equally billed bands to a headliner and a couple of openers. So the notoriety of the acts we're going to be bringing in, I think we'll be getting more national as opposed to local in the next couple of years. We're getting to the point where our sponsorships are helping us enough that we could afford something like that. I'm telling you, being paired with MoheganSun.com is priceless. They are so great to work with. We're so appreciative of their willingness to be involved in what we're doing, and they can make a phone call and get Chris Mann out here from LA to Griswold and stand in the middle of Urechko's runway and sing, My Funny Valentine. So you never know. I mean, Wynton Marsalis, he's only in New York. I mean, who could we get? Who could we go get? Postmodern Jukebox. I'm throwing names that are just coming off the top of my head.
Kanye,
but perhaps not for the Jazz Fest. Yeah, but
no.
But you never know where we're going. But I know it's only up. So I know the board works so hard. We have such a great board, and our volunteer staff and all the kids in the Triumph Music Honor Society at the high school, they come out and volunteer for service hours. And I mean, there's going to be 75 people working the event and 500 people watching it. So we are there to make sure that everybody is happy and having a great time.
I can't get anybody to run camera during a football game.
Service hours, that's a big thing. Get them for service hours.
Yep.
So if anybody ever has any questions about the event, they can email us at ecpaa.org. You can call Mike here at the studio. He knows how to get in touch with me. And
matter of fact, there is a let me hear after Ray leaves, there'll be a text number that's always on the board. So if you don't want to comment on anything publicly, you can actually text the show. And if you want, then I can always send that to you too.
That'd be great. Yeah, thank you. We got a ton of pre-sale tickets this year. Most pre-sale tickets we've ever done. Usually people, and I would too, I wait to see the forecast.
Yep.
If I'm going to an outdoor festival, I don't really want to pay, even if it's only $25. I still don't really want to pay if it's going to be a downpour.
Yeah.
But
Mike Greca?
We got nothing. Mike Greca?
Yep. Looking good, Church.
Whoa, Mikey, how you doing, baby? I know Greeks.
I think he's one of the ones with the skin masks.
Is Mike is?
Yeah.
I'm friends with Mike on Facebook. I do enjoy a lot of his posts.
Take the mask off.
He's another reptilian, huh?
Yeah.
Fellow reptilian.
Detached earlobes.
I think he's one of the greys.
Detached earlobes.
Yeah.
And also, can you go over the date again? It's this weekend.
It's 2 days from now. It's Saturday, the 3rd. Doors open at 12. Gates open at 12. There's free parking. Got a ton of free parking. Come in right at 12 so you can hear Static. Bring anything you want, food, booze. Just try to keep the glass down to a minimum. Static will go on first at 12 to 12:45, and then at 1 we kick off with the Tim Fioravante Big Band at 1 o'clock, followed by the Mighty Soul Drivers out of the Hartford area at 2:45, and then the F and Blues Band will be taking us home at 4:30 to 6. You'll be out of there before the sun's down and the weather gets chilly. So we can't wait for everybody to go. Mike, I'm so thrilled that you said it's one of the great events of the summer, and I really hope that the town in the area perceives it. Our wings are starting to spread and our reach is starting to spread. I know we have families that come from Mass, Rhode Island, other side of Connecticut, even some up out of New York for this event. So hopefully the word spreads. And when we conceived of this event 6 or 7 years ago on the board, I said, that if we're going to do this, there's two things that we cannot skimp on, and that's the level of the talent that you have performing and the amount of advertising that we're willing to pay for. Yeah. That's the two things. If you have the talent, they will come. They will be there because, it doesn't matter how cheap you make the ticket price. If you don't enjoy the show, this has become one of the great summer events in Griswold. I love it.
And it's true.
Love it.
That's true.
Great.
I mean, you guys have been consistent.
Yeah.
Putting on, it's evolved.
Yep.
You've had different bands in the past, and this is just another year. Yep. I think if you have the same bands all the time, I said it's going to get old and stale, but you're not doing that.
Well, it's very hard to cut
and
ties.
New partnerships.
Yes, and the partnerships have been coming. We have Jewett City Savings Bank has been there with us since day one. We want to help. What can we do? They are your hometown bank. Yeah. I mean, they're one of the true companies that lives up to their motto. So we appreciate Jewett City Savings Bank so much. Camaro Signs, a lot of our local sponsors. Getting MoheganSun.com on board is fantastic. And with the bands, I'm a huge fan of the Chris Lee Band, and he and Rufus and all those guys, they've played every Jazz Fest so far. I just didn't invite him this year just to open up a spot for F and Blues to come in.
Right.
I didn't hold it. F and Blues to come in. And Rufus and Chris, no, it's nothing personal. I love those guys. Whenever they're gigging around, I go see them. Yeah. I had them play at my house one time during COVID as a fundraiser for the band. Yeah. None of the bands had played for a year. So we did an outdoor concert in my backyard and took a $20 donation from everybody that showed up, gave it to the band.
Nice.
So they're all going broke. All those guys were going broke. So anyways, it's nothing personal. Just want to keep the program fresh and keep everything rotating and bringing different eyes and ears to ECPA in Eastern Connecticut. There's so much cool stuff going on out here. And we've been around since 2011. And I think that we've done a pretty good job so far of getting the spotlight on what happens out in this area of the world, east of the river, which is, most people consider Rhode Island anyways. But being able to do
Rhode Island. We're West Rhode Island.
Right. Connecticut is only west of the river. Yeah. So but we're thrilled to be able to do this time and time again. It certainly takes an army to get this thing on stage, and it's just so worth it. Our two tech guys, Matt Babcock, John Colassa,
Colassa's amazing.
They're completely savage, and they run a great tech crew. We have my wife's stage manager, Amanda Richmond at the high school. It's just green room is all set up with food and drink for the talent, and everybody's got their own little part to play. Put the pieces together, you got one sweet puzzle.
All right, one of the great events of the summer, kicking off the summer. Ray, congratulations on the success of this event.
Thank you.
Every year. And,
thank you.
Have fun Saturday.
Yeah, can't wait. Thanks so much for having me on.
Good to see you. Good to see you too.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
One take, Ray Churchill.
You just let me. I don't have to be accurate for this. You just let me ramble, so I can.
That's
I
all
can
cool.
get through it.
And Mike goes, "Oh, somebody!"
Yeah, baby. Come on down, Greek. I'd love to see you.
So, great event.
Thank you.
Great event.
Appreciate it.
All right, it's Ray Churchill.
I got to go get back to do my day job now.
Oh yeah, you got to teach
you know those kids. You know those kids.
It's the end of the year. What are you really teaching
We
right
got to get
now?
together and talk
Anything?
football.
I mean,
This is going to be
that's
an
gonna be-
amazing year.
Oh, we
It's
got
gonna
big
be-
plans. We got big plans for the opener. It's going to be really cool.
good.
Okay.
That
gonna be
field, that
amazing.
field looks so
Doesn't it look awesome?
I posted on Facebook. If anybody that's friends with me saw, I posted, I've been waiting 30 years for this. It's a complete game changer for that campus.
Yes.
Complete.
Mhm.
Does Mr. McKenna have a drone? Was it?
I
he
saw
that
that
took-
picture.
Was it him that took
No,
those
someone
pictures?
has a drone. I don't know who it is.
I
but
saw
someone
Scott
on campus-
Fryer posted
They
that, so
weren't
I didn't
his
know if
pictures.
they weren't.
He
Okay.
took them from.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
those
Okay.
pictures. That went up yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
So beautiful.
I was wondering who. I'm like,
Aaron put them up
Yeah.
first, and then she credited
Yep.
okay.
Sean McKenna.
Oh,
Yeah.
so maybe
He may
maybe
have
he's-
he may have contacted somebody to,
Yeah,
that was an awesome shot.
yeah.
two great pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know.
October-
It looks phenomenal.
September can't come soon enough. September 8th, I believe, is the opening game on that field.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's go.
Let's
Yeah.
go. All right, thanks, Ray.
All right, appreciate it. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Have a
very
good
much.
one.
See you later.
We'll see you later.
Take it easy. It's Ray Churchill from the Eastern Connecticut Performing Arts Association today. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
You want to? Actually, you want to just?
I'm sure you've seen these all around town, but here it is. There's all the info. I'm going to leave this right in the guest chair.
Okay.
So until they move somebody in there, we can give you all the information again.
I'll leave the stream on all day. Just
There
leave
you
it
go.
on that.
I love it. All right, back to school. Thanks. Good to
All
see
right.
everybody.
Have fun. Yeah,
you
you
too, Ray.
too.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
I know
it
it's a
so
busy
much.
morning for
I'll
you.
leave that for you so
Yeah.
you have some information.
Thank
as
you.
well. Appreciate it. Thank
Thanks.
you.
See ya.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy. Good guy. All right, we got another guest coming on in. We're going to talk space, the final frontier, in a minute. Keep it right here. We do have to take care of a couple of pieces of business, but yeah, keep with us right here at SNSN.
You buy better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Let's face it, most of our expenses are on the rise, but your insurance doesn't have to be one of them. The Burns Agency can quote your home, auto, business insurance with any of our 30-plus top-rated insurance companies. Let's be sure you're getting the best available pricing with quality service from experienced staff. Call, email, or visit us online to see what the Burns Agency can do for you. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Your community radio. Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
All right, we are back right here at SNSN in the Burns Agency broadcast studio at Paragon on Main Street in Jewett City. So good morning to you all. And we just had a nice conversation with Mr. Ray Churchill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people will be able to hear you that way.
Hello.
It's preferred.
Hello. Is this on?
It is.
Hello.
So talking about the big music festival this weekend, the Jazz and Blues Fest. That's put on by the Eastern Connecticut Performing Arts Association.
Did they used to have that down on Sabicki Road at one time? Somebody told me about a jazz thing that they did down there.
It's on well, Urechko's on Bitgood.
Bitgood.
On Urechko's on Bitchgood.
Yeah.
Right now.
Did you say Bitchgood?
Bitch good. He did. He said bitch good.
Oops.
Whatever.
Oopsie.
But I thought there was somebody told me once there was some guy had
Yeah, a little bit closer.
Somebody told me they had a little show down on Sabicki Road down near where I used to live on Rickstown.
I don't know about that one.
Between 201 and Rickstown.
Yeah, I don't know.
If there
that was
was
1,000
not
years ago.
commercial. So
1,000 years ago. Anyway.
So what's up, John? How are you?
I am terrific. I'm excited about the Laser Interferometric Gravity Observatory coming back online.
Everybody is.
Right?
Well, this is what you should be. This is really kind of cool. Like 100 years ago, when Einstein posited that gravity waves existed, and he wasn't the kind of guy that kind of guessed. He was pretty certain, and he was always right. And he had an idea that gravity waves would happen when, like, say, black holes came together. It was like black holes back then. I mean, that was science fiction. Even in the 60s, maybe the 70s, you didn't really talk out loud about black holes, you know, but in the late 70s, early 80s, people began to be able to truly detect what black holes were doing, you know, as mass falls into a black hole. It would smash together and make all kinds of energy that we could see. Okay. And so up until about, I think it was around 2015, that was the only way you could actually see a black hole. You couldn't see the black hole itself, but you could see the damage that would be done, you know, as gas would fall into it and smash into other gas. But with the LIGO Observatory, which came online actually in 2000, but didn't have the sensitivity to detect a black hole, then they rebuilt it about 10 years later and came online again and almost immediately started detecting mergers of black holes and neutron stars coming together, neutron stars and neutron stars coming together. And I think it probably detected, it's called LIGO, L-I-G-O. You can look it up. It's really cool. And
that's an alternative band, isn't it?
Why not?
Oh, I don't know.
It should be. Maybe that's
No
LIGO.
idea.
But what it can do is it can actually see this, you know, across the universe, these gravity waves. And, you know, so as these black holes merge, they spin together very quickly. And as they collapse into one mass, one bigger black hole, and they kind of shake space-time. And the space-time, what we're made of, gets closer together and further apart, and it wiggles. And it can detect it. Yeah, it's pretty cool, you know.
Whoa.
I mean, that's really, really crazy physics. It seems absurd. And but we have two of those telescopes, one up in Hanford and one Hanford, Washington, one in Missouri somewhere. The Italians have one, whose name I've forgotten. And that's been online. And there's a fourth one coming online, or maybe it's online now. The Japanese have one. And the extraordinary thing is these are such unbelievably difficult detections that you'd say, this is absurd.
Yeah.
This can't be real. You know, this is, you know, hullabaloo. But these are detected independently at these observatories, you know, at this precise same time. You know, one here, one there, one there. So it's real and it's exciting. You know, they've already detected, I don't know, maybe 100 events. And it just turned on maybe a week ago. It's already seen an event now. And it's much more sensitive than it was before. So we'll be able to see smaller events and or larger events further away.
So when you say event, are you talking about specifically black holes?
Black holes.
And the energy that you see in them? When,
Reptilians?
No,
Those
not
two.
reptilians.
Slee stacks, actually. to be
Slee stacks,
specific.
yes.
Slee
Why
stacks.
were they afraid of the slee stacks?
I don't know
They
what
were
you're
so
talking
slow.
about.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, you could outwalk them when they were running. You never saw Land of the Lost?
No.
Oh, that was great.
Are you kidding me?
You
That
should
was
check out Killdozer, which is the most ridiculous. Oh, Killdozer is fantastic. This bulldozer gets, I don't know, zapped, radioactivity or something, develops a mind of its own. And this is a big D11 cat, you know, which is not a small dozer, and is chasing people through the forest at the speed of a bulldozer. And then it hides out, a bulldozer, and they somehow can't track it or follow it.
Of course.
Anyway, okay, enough of that.
So you had said when you walked in, I said, so what do you want to talk about? And you said photons. Photons are your friends. What the frick is a photon anyway?
Photon are these.
And why are they our friends?
Teeny little ripples that we call light. Okay. And so light happens whenever you take a charged particle like an electron or a proton or something like that, and you wiggle it. Okay. And you wiggle it very fast. You know, you heat up a piece of iron.
So when you wiggle it just a little bit.
I don't know about that.
Song.
But when you heat up a piece of iron with a torch, for instance, it gets hotter and hotter. It glows red, then kind of bluish as it gets hotter. And it's just the vibrations inside are shaking the material and they bang into each other and it makes light. That's how the photons or the filaments in an old light bulb work. And in these, I don't know, these are diodes. These are caused by a different kind of production, but it's basically electrons accelerating and slowing down, make little bits of light. And these little particles, these quanta of light, are called photons. One of Einstein's brilliant papers in 1905 was about the photoelectric effect, which he did not discover, but he explained. And, beginning the age of quantum mechanics, and he was able to sort out, how the photoelectric effect behaved and where, a way that, let's say, photons could generate electricity. Mm-hmm. And so he really tied that off. And but anyway, so that's what I do for a living. I mess with photons. So everything I do, pretty much. Actually, the first experiment I did when I was a little kid was had to do with light. It's probably the most profound experiment I've ever done.
So you bent light and you actually created time travel?
I did, in fact. I am actually from the future, and
I believe that.
Anyway, but anyway, so yeah, light's all around us, and everything we do, everything we detect, you can't make a microchip without optical engineering. You use photons focused to extremely small sizes. A few nanometers. A nanometer's a billionth of a meter.
Yep.
And right now, line widths in a microchip that they're actually printing. This is like a photocopier that can print lines that are only 7 to 10 nanometers wide. It's ridiculous,
Wow.
And the physics inside what happens inside of a semiconductor junction, like a transistor, is ridiculous. When somebody walks you through it for the first time, you say, "This is." I remember learning it in quantum 2, and sitting there with the professors telling us about, these impossible potential wells that electrons are trapped in, and if you do this to the potential well, magically, this is the craziest thing about quantum, is that it's not like classical. It doesn't make sense. Classical mechanics are balls bouncing off of other balls and walls, and you pull balls, you can figure everything out if you're really good. Quantum, it's not like that. Quantum, it's about statistics and probability.
Ugh.
And
It is statistics.
where an electron, imagine this: you have a beach ball in this room, okay, that we're in right now. There is some finite probability that at some point the beach ball will decide not to be in the room. It will be outside the room. Okay.
Okay.
And that's just not possible and not reasonable in our classical world. Mm-hmm. But in quantum mechanics, which is kind of where the understanding of light really springs from, it's absolutely possible. And you say, that's just nuts. That's, a conspiracy that everybody's training you to believe. Well, that's how the transistors inside your cell phone work, and there are billions of them, that we rely on every moment of our lives, just in my own little sphere.
So I do want to I want to get off subject just for 1 minute.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and this makes me sad.
Oh, geez.
I want to go ahead and recognize one of our trolls.
Oh,
trolls are people too.
They are. Are they reptilian?
Or stupid.
I don't mind trolls.
I want to thank you, Jojo, whoever you are, that you're trying to hide yourself because you don't want anybody to know. Are you trying to be Joe Rogan?
Who's Joe? What? Why?
Your format is schizo. Your viewership reflects the suck.
Okay. Excellent. Alrighty then. Thank you for
Call
your feedback.
The ambulance, Jojo.
Thank you for your feedback.
I find that trolls, they just want to be recognized. Yeah. They want to be recognized.
Yeah.
Because it's social media, and then they have like testicles the size of mountain lions, and instead of saying, who they actually are, because they're pussies.
Well,
anyway, moving on.
And they're watching, so
yeah,
contributing to your viewership. Thank you very much.
That's right. So anyway, no, you didn't win, JoJo. I just made you look like an asshole. So love Joe Rogan. So
Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
not sure who Joe Rogan is, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, who knows? He's a podcast guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
started off in MMA. And,
yeah,
so
cool.
So what with the photon, like what's being done with it now? Like, is there still research being done? Do you think there's still more about it that's unknown? Like, so where does it go from here?
When I remember maybe it was 30 years ago, I was reading this magazine, Laser Photonics World or something like that. And they changed their name to Photonics Today or something like that. And it's like, photonics, what is this photonics crud? And photonics as an industry, as a study, as an engineering, which is really what I do, is it's just the study of, or not the study, it's the industry of using light to do different things, and just like electronics, so you can, with electrons, you can design circuits and switches and transistors and things like that. With photonics, typically people think about lenses, but you can, so what is a photon? It's a piece of light, okay? It's the smallest piece of light that you can have as a quanta. Yeah. And it has a wavelength, that's a color that we can see, okay? Sometimes you can associate wavelength with temperature, okay? From the source that emitted it, Bluer wavelengths are more energetic and higher. Mm-hmm. It also has a polarization, because it's a wave and it has a direction of oscillation. You go up and down, left and right, sideways. So that's how your Polaroid lenses work. Because random light, the light coming off the sun, except for around sunspots, that's polarized. But random light that would be coming off the sun or off a light bulb will bounce off a surface like this table or a windshield on a car or the water, and it winds up being polarized a little bit, meaning some of the other polarization is absorbed, leaving behind mainly one polarization. So you wear Polaroid glasses and that stops it,
Oh,
it's pretty cool how that works.
Because on the boat, we want to be able to see in the water a little bit better without the reflection. Right. And so we always wore polarized sunglasses on the boat because we wanted to see if there was debris or whatever coming up.
Turn your polarized glasses sideways and they don't work anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Or take your polarized glasses and look 90 degrees to the sun. It looks really blue, okay? Because the blue light that's scattered.
Blue blockers.
There you go.
Ah,
the blue light that
you're so smart
is also polarized, and so a lot of times you see these pictures of some tropical location with gorgeous blue skies. This is before the days of Photoshop. Yeah, you could do that easily with a polarizing filter on your camera. Just rotate it to maximum blue. It takes the shine off of like leaves and things and water, and it makes it blue. So it has.
Now they use all these filters on Instagram.
Yeah, the
little different
cat filter and things like that.
So all of a sudden, every female is a model.
Yeah.
Who's your agent? Instagram.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. And but AI is really driving that heavily now. I work for an AI company. We really are heavily into deep learning. I'm the eyeball side. Most of my company is the brain side. I work on the eyeball side. I give vision to robots.
The flagship for Griswold High School sports.
So that's kind of where photonics, electronics, and then software algorithms really come together is in these AI cameras that we make. So for production. So.
Wow.
And, but anyway, so that's kind of what the photon is. This little thing that has a wavelength and a polarization. Intensity is just means a whole bunch of them, So,
speaking of AI, how dangerous is AI? Because people are talking about, how AI could be your friend, or AI could get completely out of control?
It's less dangerous than guns, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
So when what's his name? When Nobel invented dynamite, he thought it was going to end. Nobel was a brilliant chemist, brilliant scientist. He thought it was going to end world wars, because it was just
Dynamite.
so destructive. Yeah. And then it's kind of the opposite happened. That's why he made the Nobel Prize. Now, AI is what we're seeing right now is this massive acceleration, technical development with AI, driven by a whole bunch of things, mainly driven by computing capacity, bringing together computers, these giant servo farms that can do these, deep learning algorithms and can do these large language model searches and things like that, so kids are writing these brilliant term papers. But what it's doing is at one level, you can think of it as a super powerful search. You have to think about it first as a tool. That's really what it is, like dynamite. Dynamite made mining easier. Okay. This is a useful tool. Okay. And in the hands of the right people, it's not like the computer is going to start designing themselves. Okay. I asked GPT, GPI, whatever the hell thing is, 4.0 to help me design a lens the other day, and a really complex lens. And it gave me some useful advice, but advice I already knew, so if I felt like I was talking to
Yourself?
Not so much myself, but maybe somebody applying for a job as an optical engineer. It said, oh, try this kind of glass and use this kind of a design and that. And but it didn't get me anywhere near designing a lens. If I wanted to write a freshman college paper about lens design, it would have done it. And, but beyond that, so it's not going to take over the world. Yeah, but it's an extremely powerful tool.
I was going to say, I think with AI is we don't know what we don't know about it yet, right? Technology will continue to keep evolving. So could it get to a point where it is dangerous even in the right hands?
Well, everything is dangerous.
Right.
Now,
Well, that's
right?
yeah.
So there's
true.
a comment here from Larry,
The
who's
snow shovel.
Yeah.
I'm interested in how you feel, John, the oversight of AI to be managed when the current companies want to self-manage and self-regulate rather than have the government oversee the potential of AI.
Yeah, well, the government is a stellar model for intelligent oversight of anything. So I don't, that always scares the hell out of me to begin with. And because anyway, there are elements of the government which are super, super clever, so what you don't want to have is, an ad hoc committee out of the House of Representatives, to put together an oversight on something that, they have no hope of ever understanding. However, there is the National Academy of Sciences, which are, some of the best scientists in the United States, who are always writing papers, doing studies, and really, really smart work on this. And so that's really where the government, should turn. National Institutes of Standards. There's another place, where a lot of really heavy duty brain cells are. But every time you see some stellar oversight, like a lot of times a scientific paper will be pulled out. Remember, I think it was maybe 15 years ago, maybe longer, there was a crayfish running on a treadmill that somebody was studying. Okay. And then all of a sudden there are hearings in Congress. How is the NSF wasting our money in this? And I heard so much about that. There'll be one study or one thing or one crazy idea. And then all of a sudden, somebody in Congress might decide that it is interesting to their constituents who also don't understand it. But rather than educate themselves, we got to make a law about this right away, And so a lot of people could quote me, how stupid that experiment was without actually understanding why the experiment was done. but not a single one of them had read, any of the hundreds of thousands of scientific papers that were produced that year. And yeah, there's occasionally some fluff, but no, I don't think we need government oversight there yet. So
I knew you were going to get some pullback on this one.
Yeah.
But you had said you made a comment about guns.
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah,
that was on purpose.
And the comment from Christopher is, so AI is just like a gun, a tool?
Yeah, it is in the hands of the right people. Mm-hmm. But if you're arguing not to manage guns, you're arguing not to manage AI too. Reductio ad absurdum. So thank you.
Don't mess with John, man. No matter what, he's said something.
You can just make the trap. You don't have to put like the breadcrumbs that'll fall into it, So, but anyway. But yeah, AI it's exciting right now. And actually I'm starting a study myself on the implications of AI for certain aspects of the engineering I do. So, okay. So it's important. I mean, you got to face it. You just deal with it. Printing press. The printing press was is still the biggest threat to, a lot of people.
The printing press?
Yeah. Public spread of knowledge, that's why it was, people try to constrain that so heavily. That's why, our most important amendment, freedom of the press, is always under siege. Is always under siege. Burn this book, burn that book, limit this information. Don't teach kids about that. What? Wait a minute. Let's assume we're all smart. And let's help people get smarter. That's what the printing press did. That's what the internet does. And it's a powerful tool. AI is, and it's been around for a long time. Right. It's just been growing and growing and growing, and now it's really taking off. You take a look at companies like NVIDIA. NVIDIA makes GPUs, graphical processing units. These are the video cards that are in the back of your kid's gaming computer, which they'll pay more for that video card than for the computer.
Like what's running the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And NVIDIA actually, it turns out that you can write AI to run really well on GPUs.
NVIDIA.
Yeah. Their stock just went through the roof. They gained, I'm just going to say round words, maybe 200 billion in capital value just in a day. Okay. Their stock went up after they had a really big report that their revenues were tremendous. And NVIDIA is they make the engine. You can think about it that way. You can't do this AI. It's very computationally intensive, deep learning, large language models, stuff like that. You can't do this without massive processing power. Okay. And NVIDIA started as a gaming card company, really.
Yeah.
And so they're driving it. And then there are the other companies that make the chips, TSMC, and that's really where the future is. And you can't avoid it. You just deal with it, understand it, master it, get good at it, educate yourself.
Is that what science is?
Pardon?
Is that really what science is?
Yeah, it is. I mean, science is really, that's it. Understanding it and developing something, some idea, some notion that other people can verify and test. Okay, they can independently come up. The cool thing about Einstein's addition to gravity, to go all the way back to where we were, was he was able to make predictions of things, that we were not even able to test for 100 years because the technology wasn't there. 100 years ago, he did this. One of my professors at Columbia theorized accretion disks, the disks where hot stuff is falling into black holes. He theorized this stuff in the 70s. They were finally detected in, I think it was like the 80s, maybe yeah, I think it was in the late 80s. And then his name was Kevin Prendergast. And Jules Halpern, another brilliant scientist, brought this paper to him and he said, Kevin, they've observed your theorized accretion disks around black holes. Have you read the paper? He said, no. And he said, you want to read the paper? Like, no, I know they exist. He was a theoretician. I mean, that's confidence. All right. I think he did read the paper, but that was kind of the joke about him. But it's all this stuff is testable and provable. You know, there are a lot of folks that dwell on certain sources of science that they try to project backward, okay, to explain things that happened, but they're terrible at forecasting. Okay, forget about that. You know, tell me what's going to happen next.
Like
So
modeling what's
that's what
what's
science
to come.
does.
Speaking of which, I got one more question for you. Then we got to say goodbye for the day.
Toodaloo.
We talk about the minds of like Nikola Tesla. Talk about the mind, you know, in science and of Einstein. Those are people in the past. So who would you say in this day and age has that type of mind that our kids are going to be talking about, or our kids, say 40 to 50 years from now?
Yeah, there are tons of them. The folks that have that mind today, a lot of times you don't really hear about them. People like Nick Sunsif, who's an astronomer I worked with in Chile. Vera Rubin, who passed away. Okay. Vera Rubin, you guys probably haven't heard of.
No. But then again, people back then probably didn't hear of Tesla or Einstein at the time.
Einstein made a pretty big splash in his day, like Stephen Hawking did, you know, but guys like Roger Penrose, you probably didn't hear about, or Kip Thorne, there's one. Kip Thorne just got his Nobel Prize, along with a few others, for the Laser Interferometric Gravity Observatory, Gravitational Wave Observatory, LIGO. But you might know him. You might know him. We mentioned him last time. If you look carefully at the credits for Interstellar, he was such an important part of the science of Interstellar, okay, that he was almost a co-author, Kip Thorne, okay. So there's a name. Wendy Friedman. But anyway, I mentioned Vera Rubin. Vera Rubin in the 60s measured a strange effect in a galaxy. And he said, you know, the only way I can explain this is something like, you know, dark matter. Okay. Everybody thought she was, you know, out to lunch with that. Brilliant astronomer. But then as it went on and more people did the observations, they could not ignore it anymore, you know. And so pretty soon, the Vera Rubin Observatory is going to come online. One of my friends, Chuck Claver, is leading that telescope. It's a giant 8-meter telescope they're building in, oh my God, I forgot where they're building it. I think Chile. Oh my God. Anyway, but
your sister does exactly that. Oh my God, just so you know.
It's going to find, you know, sources of dark matter, you know, and where is this coming from? These observatories. Wendy Friedman, one of the people who really led or still leads today the understanding of the expansion of the universe. You know, she's at University of Chicago. There are tons and tons of them, you know, and this is just astronomy and physics, which is my world, you know. And, but there are guys and girls who have gotten Nobel Prizes recently for things that may seem mundane, you know, like the blue LED. The physics behind a blue LED is freakish.
Really?
Oh my God. The physics behind an LED is freakish. You get these electrons moving through these band gaps and these man-made materials that just don't exist in nature. You know, you need a ton of quantum just to understand it. There's it's freakish. That stuff is hard to understand. Okay. but people take that for granted.
I was just gonna say. I mean, it's so common. Nobody, I think, thinks of it like that.
Unbelievably simple things that wrap around us. It's kind of funny. You have an idea that, I have an innate understanding of things that I see every day, like the weather and things like that. You're so confident in that, but you refuse to believe what scientists will say about that. But if I were to explain to you how these transistors would work, like I was when I was learning quantum, I say, this is really ridiculous. And I was deep in math at that time. Yeah. And it was like, are you serious? But the math doesn't lie. The physics don't lie,
So just as we were going to sign off, a question comes in. I think we've already talked about Schrodinger's cat, right?
His little cat. Now his dog.
Now it's his dog.
Schrodinger's gerbil. I want to do a whole thing on Schrodinger's gerbil.
And they have a llama too.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the truth about CERN?
Oh, CERN. Okay, that's a really, really exciting
CERN.
CERN. Yeah, it's a gigantic ring accelerator, smash protons into protons, protons and antiprotons.
A collider.
A super collider. We actually had a super collider that would be bigger than CERN. We had started it, we dug the holes, and then Congress decided we needed to save money. And so they canceled it. We could have been years ahead of CERN. We canceled it. Okay, so CERN is phenomenal. They found the Higgs boson, okay? There's another thing.
Right?
Pardon?
Switzerland? Is
In Switzerland. Yeah. It's on the border of Switzerland and France. Kind of cross. It's so big. Took two. And it's super exciting. Folks were worried, and this will really blow you away. And this is my last fun fact for the day, maybe the first fun fact for the day, that when they smash these particles together so hard, we're going to create some,
black holes.
Space collapse. Everything is going to blow up and we'll die. But here's the fun fact for the day. It doesn't come close to having the energy of these colliding particles, of particles that are smashing into our upper atmosphere every single day, okay? The highest energy particle physics is still done in cloud chambers, okay? The old Wilson cloud chamber, you can look that one up. I can tell you about it next time. And, the thing called the Auger Observatory, AUGER, Auger, where a particle comes in from some source out in space, it smashes into a particle in our atmosphere. And this is a particle look up the oh my God particle, okay? And oh my God, because it had so much energy, such a ridiculous amount of energy had never been seen before. And it was seen crashing into something in the upper atmosphere. This happens all the time. Your eyes just can't see it, but they make little observatories or little micro telescopes to look at it and see it. This is a single proton. They think it was a proton that had so much, it had the energy equivalent of a fastball, okay? So a fastball hit you in the head, you'd be upset, okay?
Sure.
It hurt.
And it hurt a lot, okay? This is one particle. This is 1/billionth of a billionth of a billionth of a baseball. Hits you in the head with that much energy, okay? And it is staggering. Yeah. So, and how much energy? If it were to leave one side of the universe at the beginning of time with a photon and get to the other side of the universe, and this is a proton, okay? It would be about a millisecond late or something ridiculous, like a second or a millisecond late, crossing the whole 13.8 billion light year universe. And so speed is energy. 1/2 mv squared, and where v squared is a massive number, m is little, So if that whole baseball were moving that fast, it would probably, I should figure this out.
You.
Oh, well, no, it would be atomic bomb worthy.
Yeah.
More than that. It would be, we didn't have to worry about CERN ending the world because particles much more energetic are hitting you in the upper atmosphere. Thank goodness for the upper atmosphere, our magnetic field, the ozone layer that stops all that crap.
Because the theory with CERN is that something blew up in 2012 and we all got moved to a new Earth. and everything blew up, and we got sucked into it, and we're really dead.
You can't argue with that logic, because you say, okay, I want to build my universe that way, and that's fine. I build my universe in a framework of science.
Those damn Mayans.
Yeah, the thing is, if
they're just like Canadians,
if society were wiped out today and we were all just erased, got a clean slate, and we started as cavemen again, and we'd start all over again, everything would be different. Our art would be different. Our religions would be different. Everything would be different. But one thing would be the same: science. Euclid's book on geometry was written, 2,400 years ago, something like that. It was used almost verbatim to 1880. And you can pick it up today. It's like in English. It's a fantastic high school text. Euclid's geometry. And it's like, but these are just fundamental things.
Right.
You don't go to, a lot of folks think you go to science school and they indoctrinate you. You must think this way. You must believe that. We mentioned last time, scientists want more than anything not to be wrong. So they're constantly kicking holes in their own ideas and tearing apart each other's ideas and stuff like that, And I don't know how many times I've had a really stellar idea. I bring it up with my friends and they say, oh yeah, it's dumb, John. You didn't think about this. And it's true, but every now and then you get a good one, and it stands up, So,
well, as always, John, it's exciting.
How fun
to have you here.
Photon's your friend.
Yes. So 2 weeks again? 2 weeks again? Or
okay.
You can do 2 weeks, or would you rather do 3?
I can do 3.5, 3.25. 3.14159 weeks from now.
Oh.
3.14.
Hi.
2 weeks. See you 2 weeks from today.
Dos vidania.
Yes, I like eggs too. All right. Thanks, John. And thanks to Ray Churchill coming in as well today. So
that's cool. I can check that out.
Yeah, Jazz Festival Saturday.
So we had
Retchco Tree Farm.
Some really cool guests today, different subjects.
A good
and
one.
the show went really, really long.
Sorry.
No.
It's all good.
So we will see you tomorrow morning right here on SNSN. Bye.
This year, Jewett City Savings
Life's been
Bank is
tough,
proud
and
to
it's even
celebrate.
tougher than ever to find a